Ooh. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today, I'm excited to tell you guys a little bit about Dicefolk. We just spent 6.5 hours with the game so far, and we are going to be playing more, but I wanted to take some time to do a little nutshell for you guys and tell you guys all about it, because I am pretty excited to tell you about this one. We have another hit on our hands this year. I think this is our third hit of 2024 yet that I would say like Game Doctor approved cooking. Also very nice because this game is a full release, ready to go, right out the package with a super affordable price tag. So we'll get to all of that. So let me sum up a little bit about how the game works really quick, and then we'll keep going from there. The idea is we're going to be catching these little monsters, like little Pokemon, these little pals, these little creatures, whatever. We're going to be catching these little monsters, not catching them. I shouldn't say catching them. We're going to start with 3 basic ones, and throughout the game, throughout the map that we're going to be exploring, there's going to be options to draft more of them. So this is part of the fun. We're going to be making our, starting to make our build based on the character, the little creature's traits. They have different stats, they have different things that they're going to be doing, different things to mix and match into our group. Not only that, it is also fun just because like Pokemon style, you can find a shiny version. And so the shiny version, I was really hoping that we could get lucky and find shiny versions. Not only can we find shiny versions, they also have a better class ability. So I'll just give you guys an example. We found our first shiny, and usually our creature has a chance when he rotates out of the front to put an enemy to sleep. A 25% chance to put an enemy to sleep. His shiny variant had anytime any of our people rotate, he's gonna have a 25% chance. So it's gonna be a little bit better because we found that shiny. Makes the game a lot of fun, so you can incorporate that shiny because you hit and like now you want to build around it, or the mix and match. The way the game works is we have a group of 3 people, and we're gonna be rotating around, and the game is like this. It's a big like ordering game. I forgot the word that I used, but the idea is we're gonna have a row of our dice that we roll, and we're gonna have a roll of the enemy dice, and you're gonna choose the order of operation. That's the best way to put the combat, is a big order of operation. So do I choose to attack right now? Do I use the enemy's attack first because I want them to attack my guy? Do I put barrier up first and then have them attack, or do I rotate them and have a new guy attack, right? And we're gonna be just choosing a big order of operation and going through there on how we make these 2 circular, battles work, right? Like the enemies and our guys, and how we rotate them. That's the basis of how the game works. We're going to be modifying dice, all that good stuff that we love. Think slice and dice, think all those games. We're going to be modifying die faces and putting on new faces there. There is ways to acquire new dice and then build around new dice. We're going to be getting a lot of different consumables and equipments. I love the socketable system. So the idea is our characters have these pouches. Our creatures have pouches. And there's going to be more ways to attach more pouches to them as well. And then we socket these artifacts onto them that modify how they play or what they do, whether it's like when they rotate, or when they take damage, or they gain more HP or block, and there's tons of them. So we did 2 wins so far worth of content, and I think it said like 18% of the items in the game. So there is a lot of different equipments to unlock, a lot of different equipments to find and mix and match your characters and create these wacky different builds. I'm having a blast with that. Now, another huge green flag, it doesn't stop there. One of my favorite, it has the good meta that we can expect. So as you play through the game and it introduces the game's going to get bigger. It's not just going to give you this fluff, it's going to give you new mechanics to run into in your next run. As you win, it's going to give you new enemies to run into. It's going to give you new biomes to find. So then we unlocked, like, early spoilers, we unlocked a cursed mechanic, where these cursed equipment, so we put it on our creature and then we can't take them off, right? And now after our last run, we're making the game even bigger and finding even more mechanics like breakable equipment and all this stuff. So we're going to unlock more creatures, we're going to unlock more items, we're going to unlock more variants in our runs, all of this new stuff. Not only that, they take old areas that you're used to playing through, and as you unlock more and more, they're going to add creatures to the old areas too. So those areas are going to feel fresh. This is the best meta you could ever ask for. It's all just making the game bigger and bigger, kind of narrowing the onboarding experience. I'm getting tons and tons of green flags here. This is also, without getting like too deep, in the mechanics. I like how the game also simplifies where it can to make the game a little bit more fluid. You already have a lot of things you're thinking about, like for instance, the block system. The block system isn't like one of those where like you gain 4 block, gain 5 block, and build block. Every time you block in the game, it's gain barrier, right? The next hit automatically is blocked, right? Just a complete negate. And all this little design helps to make the game a lot more fluid because there's already other things that we're worried about, right? So it makes a lot of beauty there, a lot of little mechanics that just make the game very fluid. I can give you a quick run through here. You can see that there's an insane amount of characters, not to mention how beautiful this little guide is. All the creatures have their own little sounds. All the creatures have their own sounds. You can see like you're looking at a Pokedex, a little bit of a blurb about them. You can see their size, their weight, what they do. You get the little human comparison there. It is just wrapped up with charm. I also found out that they're charging around the $15 mark, which is extremely cheap for a game of this caliber. Usually games like this go for the $19.99, especially with like a bigger name publisher. They usually go for the $19.99 range, if not a little bit higher. I love that they're killing it right in the park with 15 bucks. This is a no-brainer. I'm getting a lot of green flags from this game. Yes, there's a little bit of blind spots. For instance, sometimes you're making choices, you know, when you play other games and you want to go look at the map and you can't do that. You can't make your choice. You can't like look at your deck in like, you know, deck builders, that feeling. It does have that in some places. That's a little bit annoying. There is some minor things that I picked up, but nothing that hinders the overall experience. I think this game knocks it out of the park. It's only getting bigger. I also got word that when you beat the game, you're working towards this other mode. They call it a trial mode, and I don't even know what that entails yet. It kind of looks like this like heart fight slay the spire door, but as you like slowly work towards it, you're working towards a new mode. So I don't know what that is either. Maybe that's higher difficulty scaling. I have no idea. So the game keeps surprising me. It keeps giving. It keeps getting better. We keep wanting to jump into another run. I could safely say I'm giving this one the Game Doctor seal of approval. Definitely check it out. It's going to be a bang. $15 coming out tomorrow if you're seeing this on Monday. Highly recommend.